maisha yangu ni kusifu tu, nitangaze pendo lako kote kote. Waendapo mbali nawe ni waonye tu, tuwe tayari kwa kukungoja Yesu. Lengo la maisha yangu ni kusifu tu, nitangaze pendo lako kote kote. Waendapo mbali nawe ni waonye tu, tuwe tayari kwa kukungoja Yesu. Nakaza mwendo nifike pahali pa nuru nilipoandaliwa. Najitenga na yote mabaya yajapo, Mungu niepushe. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nakaza mwendo nifike pahali pa nuru nilipoandaliwa. Najitenga na yote mabaya yajapo, Mungu niepushe. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Ulikuja Yesu kutuokoa sisi, watu waliopatana na uovu. Ukamwaga damu itusamehe sote, tupate kurithi uzima milele. Ulikuja Yesu kutuokoa sisi, watu waliopatana na uovu. Ukamwaga damu itusamehe sote, tupate kurithi uzima milele. Nakaza mwendo nifike pahali pa nuru nilipoandaliwa. Najitenga na yote mabaya yajapo, Mungu niepushe. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nakaza mwendo nifike pahali pa nuru nilipoandaliwa. Najitenga na yote mabaya yajapo, Mungu niepushe. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nakaza mwendo nifike pahali pa nuru nilipoandaliwa. Najitenga na yote mabaya yajapo, Mungu niepushe. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nakaza mwendo nifike pahali pa nuru nilipoandaliwa. Najitenga na yote mabaya yajapo, Mungu niepushe. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako. Nijikwapo, nisongeze kwako.
To the show. We hope you are absolutely enjoying the music from the Messenger Ministers. And before we went on a break, we were having a testimony of faith by faith.
Hapo ndio tunafanya hivi.
And we left it at 7 months later.
Yes.
So let's actually begin from there.
Now, 7 months later, the pain comes again. Okay. And now I have to do another surgery. So I do another surgery. And now this time round, I'm cancer positive now. I had cancer. So they tell me, Faith, you have cancer and you have to start treatment.
What cancer was that?
Osteosarcoma.
Osteosarcoma.
Yes.
So where does that affect your...
The ovaries.
The ovaries.
Yes.
So when they removed the tumor, was it still from the pelvic?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have to start treatment and the doctors are like, but you know you're so young and you will not be able to get kids after the treatment. So they send me to a gynecologist. So I go to a gyna, and the gyna is like, Faith, you have to harvest your eggs because we don't want you. Actually, it's the doctors who told me. I go back to the doctors, and they're like, we don't want you to start running up and down, suing us, just because you didn't know what will come thereafter.
Right.
So you have to see a gyna to advise you what to do then before we start the treatment.
Yeah.
So I go see a gyna, he tells me, harvest the eggs. When I look at my pocket, they're so dry. I don't have anything.
And were you married then?
Yes.
So why should you harvest the eggs at this
Because,
point?
because apparently there were 0 chances of me getting pregnant
After the treatment.
after the treatment.
Right.
Now, let me take you back a little.
Yeah.
During this time before the second tumor is now removed,
Right.
I had now gotten married.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my husband was always there for me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This throughout the time, the second treatment, he's the one who catered for everything. Like he dried, he filtered his accounts
Yeah.
to
Pesa
just take me.
ikiingia,
Yes.
I can see him there, he's smiling. Well done, gentlemen.
So we do the treatment. Now I have to start the treatment. We do 33 sessions of radiotherapy. And when I was going through the treatment, I realized that I could now sleep a little bit because during the time when I was sick,
Faith, did you harvest the ovaries?
no,
You couldn't.
I couldn't because my pockets were so dry.
But then, did you now have hope? Did you want babies?
Yes. In fact, I remember telling the doctors, I would really wish to have the babies.
Yeah.
But now again, I have one child.
Yeah.
And I believe that God works miracles. And if it's God who gave me that child.
Right.
And all I need is life to take care of this one child.
Yeah.
And so if at all I'll ever get other babies,
Yeah.
then it will be God's grace. And I remember during this time when I was sick, I visited so many people, and so many people visited me, and they really built my faith. And they taught me how to pray.
Yeah.
And I became so spiritual. And actually, this testimony, I'm giving it today because of God.
Lovely. All right, so you do your chemo, your radiotherapy sessions.
So I do the chemo, the radiotherapy sessions, I finish, and then now they tell me, your periods will fluctuate. You might not even see them.
Right.
Those will be some of the symptoms of the aftermath
Right.
of the therapy. So don't be worried if you don't see your periods. So I am carelessly married because now I know I can't get pregnant.
Yeah. You can.
Umejua niko na mtoi moja,
yes.
I will deal with this one.
Wekafunga.
Yes.
So wewe vile inakam.
Yes. Now, a year later, after treatment, I realized I've missed a period. And this time round, missing a period to me was something normal.
Yeah, because constantly it had happened,
Yes.
fluctuations and
Yes.
everything.
Yes. So I'm like, what could it be?
Yeah.
But this time round, it comes with the nausea, it comes with tiredness, it comes with all the symptoms of pregnancy. And I'm like, hi, Alex, inaweza kuwa ni ball. Then and then he's like, okay, let's take a test.
Yeah.
So I go take a test, and this time round, I realized the test was so rapid. And then I tell Alex, Aya, could be twins. But in my mind, I'm pretty sure that we don't even have a history of twins, leave alone triplets in our family.
Yes.
3
And
months,
you have been told
I can't get
chances.
kids.
Yeah.
So I tell Alex, okay, I'm not so sure. Maybe it's a faulty positive. Let's
Right.
wait and see if the tummy now will start growing.
Oh
Now,
my.
3 months later, I realized now the tummy has grown. So
Okay.
I go for the first clinic.
Yes.
And the doctor is like, Faith, do you like surprises? Then I'm like, yes. And then he's like, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh. You
Wait a
expecting?
minute.
Triplets.
I was expecting twins, so it was triplets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Triplets.
Yes.
What did that do to you at that point?
I was surprised because my sisters were even telling me, you're the one who will have the fewest kids. And right now, I have the most.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
A family of 4 kids.
A family of 4
Wow.
kids.
You don't look 4 kids though, even.
Kabla tufike
Just to
hapo.
throw it there.
know.
But let's go back.
It's God's
Yeah.
grace.
So you get this message. What was your reaction? What was your husband's reaction?
He was like, my husband was like, unapenda jokes sana.
I know.
This can't be true.
This can't be true. So I called my sister and she's like, what did you do? Ulikunywa dawa gani? Then I'm like, I didn't take anything.
Yeah.
But where have you gotten triplets when we don't even have a history of triplets in our family?
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
So the doctor again asks me, did you take drugs? Did you take any medication? Then I'm like,
Or
no. It was
fertility,
just,
you know?
yes,
Yeah.
it was just natural
By
pregnancy.
this time round, had you finished the processes, the radiotherapy,
Yes.
the chemotherapy?
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to mention, I had finished the radiotherapy. I didn't go through chemo because bone cancer doesn't respond to chemotherapy. So I had finished radiotherapy,
radio.
the 33 sessions,
Right.
and I did another PET scan, and they told me, now, Faith, you're
You're cancer-free.
Wow.
Amazing. Wow. Then this news comes, you're expecting triplets.
Yes.
So tell us about the journey up to the point where you get the kids, the children.
Now, surprisingly, it was the easiest pregnancy that I ever had.
Wow. Wow.
Though I didn't carry the pregnancy to term, the babies came at 30 weeks.
Ah, those are how many months?
That's 10 weeks.
That
in
is
the-
7
earlier.
months.
Oh.
Yes, 7 months.
Okay.
And
It's usually 40. And then karibu anafika hapo, wacha tumwambie. It's usually 40. So
Okay.
plus or 2 or 3 weeks.
yes.
So this was actually about 10 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
Wow.
So at first I'm told you're carrying triplets, and it hits me like, now how will I even manage triplets? It's only my husband who has a job. So it hits me like, how will I manage
Yeah.
to raise, leave alone the firstborn, the 4, the 3,
Yeah.
one hand. But again, I keep trusting in God and believing that He's a miracle working God, that He does what no man can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the babies come at 30 weeks,
Yeah.
and the first one was 1.5, 1.4, and 1.3. So I
Oh my.
stay in hospital for around 2 months.
Because now they had to be, in the nursery.
Yeah.
So that they can grow to,
Yes. So we stay in hospital for around 2 months. Now the babies had now gained, the one with the highest was 1.8, 1.7, 1.7.
Wow.
So now we have to be discharged. Yes.
And I'm just thinking that 2 months was a very, very tough period.
It was a very, very tough period.
Yeah.
It being that I was to be up after every 3 hours to
For
get,
feeding?
yes, to get milk for the babies.
Yeah.
And I actually said, I'll not give them formula because I really wanted them to have
Get
that
the nutrients.
immunity.
Yeah.
Yes. So even the other mothers in the nursery were like, sisi hata hatuna maziwa ya mtoto mmoja. And you, after every 3 hours,
Yeah.
you
go
have
breastfeed.
milk. Yes.
3 babies.
For 3 babies.
Jesus Christ.
And in the nursery, you realize that the babies, when they are that tiny, they don't actually latch at that tender age. So you get the milk, feed them through the syringe before they now go to now cup feeding.
Right.
Now cup feeding, now it's when now you're taught now how, you teach them now how to latch.
Right.
So it was really, it was like, I was like a new mother because I remember at first when I went into the nursery and looked at the babies, I was like, "Utu tutakuwa kweli?"
I know.
The nurses were even teaching me how to hold because I had never held such a tiny baby.
Yeah.
I can imagine, because I was actually to ask you, did you have like fear even in the hospital when you look at the kids and wondering, will they actually, grow? Will we ever, what was going on through your mind at that time?
A lot, because every morning the doctors had the hospital roundups. So you realize that one baby today is not breathing well. So the doctors come, check on him. Tomorrow it's another baby who is not breathing well.
Right.
The following day it's another one. And issues kept on coming
Coming
up, on and on. But God has been so good to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember there is a mother who had twins, and she only went home with one. So she was like, you have 3.
Yeah.
They are all healthy.
Right.
I had 2, but I can't go home with the 2.
Yeah.
There is another woman who was next to me, and she was like, can you imagine, doctors messed up with my baby's leg when she was just 1.
Wow.
And they are 3, and they just okay. If that is not God, then who is it?
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
So Faith, 2 months later, your babies are stronger, ready to live. How did you manage that whole process, even financially, you know?
So now we get home, the milk is so little now, I can't breastfeed the babies.
And they're boys, right?
Yes,
oh,
and they are
of
all
them.
boys, yes.
Oh.
So breast milk wasn't just enough. Now I put them on formula, and I remember them taking like 2 tins in a day,
Wow.
Oh.
and one
We
goes for
respect you,
2,000
mister.
shillings.
I can imagine. It's expensive.
The prices are actually more now. How much,
Yes.
how much is one now?
2K. But they
It's
kept on
2,000.
fluctuating because I think there was hoarding at some point.
Right.
So you buy it at 1,800 today. Tomorrow they are not in the
2,000.
market.
Yeah.
You get it at 2K.
Yeah.
So it was a roller coaster.
So
Are there other,
two ninis in a day.
Yes.
are there other people,
Wow.
well, except from now your husband, that came in to just be supportive and be a blessing to you at that particular time?
Yes, they are. A number of them, and I'm so grateful that they came through. I remember there is a friend of mine who actually bought me milk for a whole month.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a blessing.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Here you are, and we really want to thank God for that miracle. First of all, cancer, you survived, got healed. You get triplets, a whole process. How old are they now?
They are now 7 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Charity.
How do you know, me, I don't know much, but
Yeah.
I can tell you, I only imagine about twins. When one is awake, another one is asleep. Huyu akilala ukifikiria una rest, mwingine ndo huyo analia. You have 3 kids, and now you've gone home.
Yes.
Process imekwaje between then and now, having them 7 months?
Hey, like they can start crying, all of them.
At the same time.
At the
My
same time.
Lord.
Wow.
At the same time. And I remember the first days, I really had an issue with house helps. Like they could just walk into the house and they see 3 babies.
Like, hapa hapana.
Anaamka
I
asubuhi,
cannot.
anakwambia
I can't.
sitaweza. So they kept on coming and going, coming and going. And it's really been a very tough for me and my husband, of course, because you find that they are not always asleep at one time. 2 are awake, 1 is asleep.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't have time for yourself, because if this one is not sleeping, he's just walking. So the 2 have slept, so you're attending to the 1. And after 30 minutes, the 2 now wakes up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're attending to them.
Even the budget triples now.
Yes.
That's true. We need to bring this to a close. I mean, it's been quite a period. And Carol, we just want to celebrate Carol, your sister, for having walked with you the journey. And your husband, of course, who's here with us. I wish he was someone who can come on camera. Is he willing just to come and... to private, but we celebrate you, sir. Thank you for working with her. This entire process, what do you say God has been to you?
The entire process, for someone who is watching me,
Yeah.
and he or she has cancer or is going through a tough time, what I would say is, if you're a cancer patient, a positive mindset, equals healing. At the moment you start thinking like, I am getting there, that is when you start healing. And just live the moment you're in, because tomorrow isn't promised.
Come on. That's right.
I love
and she's a
that.
media student.
Oh,
So
wow.
rather, that's what she studies. So we're looking forward to having you in the media one of these days, right?
I'll be glad.
Unakaa tu unaweza fanya TV.
Mbaya
Sindio?
sana.
Mbaya.
Hii platform
Hey,
nimemwachia.
ndio hiyo sasa. Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We wish you well, God's blessings.
Thank you.
May God hold you and your family. Looking forward to one of these days seeing those boys doing amazing things in this life.
And
I'll see you.
it's just, yeah, absolutely. And it's just a message of hope that you can believe in God, you can trust in God, and it's not over until God says it is over.
Right.
So
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, great.
And I'm just trying so that we can get monetized, and when I'm still hustling,
Yeah.
if we can get something there for the babies. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Faith Musoli, TikTok, Faith Musoli, all across all social media platforms.
And Musoli is M-U-S-T-O.
MUTS.
O-L-I.
Yes.
Musoli.
Yes.
Musoli.
Nice. Faith Musoli.
Yes.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe, and let's support each other. Thank you so much for coming to the show and being a blessing, sharing your story to people. And for now, don't go too far. We're going back to the music kidogo kidogo with our choir from Nakuru, the Messenger Ministers. We'll be right back.
Ne awinjo ka adimore, miya wacho e chunya, onge gima diloya an. Tembe mage ka obiro ne aluongi, Nyasaye mondo ikonya. Kare an dhano, aonge teko mar geng'o tembe. Ne awinjo ka adimore, miya wacho e chunya, onge gima diloya an. Tembe mage ka obiro ne aluongi, Nyasaye mondo ikonya. Kare an dhano, aonge teko mar geng'o tembe. Mwana Nyasaye osekomo chwere, mirimbe to rumo piyo piyo. Kamano ibedo gi koyo gotieno, okinyi to iyudo mor baba. Nono ne wuora, hera mari tuta mapimo, igeng'owa gi ohinga mari motegno. Mwana Nyasaye osekomo chwere, mirimbe to rumo piyo piyo. Kamano ibedo gi koyo gotieno, okinyi to iyudo mor baba. Nono ne wuora, hera mari tuta mapimo, igeng'owa gi ohinga mari motegno. Pakuru Ruoth Nyasaye gi wende onjoge maler. Pareuru gik mosetimonu kendo gone uru erokamano, erokamano ober. Pakuru Ruoth Nyasaye gi wende onjoge maler. Pareuru gik mosetimonu kendo gone uru erokamano, erokamano ober. Mwana Nyasaye osekomo chwere, mirimbe to rumo piyo piyo. Kamano ibedo gi koyo gotieno, okinyi to iyudo mor baba. Nono ne wuora, hera mari tuta mapimo, igeng'owa gi ohinga mari motegno. Mwana Nyasaye osekomo chwere, mirimbe to rumo piyo piyo. kamano ibedo gi koyo gotieno kinyitoni yudo mol baba wanonone wora hera mari tusta mapimo igeng'owa gi ohinga mari motegno mwana Nyasaye osikomo chwere mirimbe torumo piyo piyo kamano ibedo gi koyo gotieno kinyi to iyudo mol baba wanonone wora hera mari tusta mapimo igeng'owa gi ohinga mari motegno mwana Nyasaye osikomo chwere mirimbe torumo piyo piyo kamano ibedo gi koyo gotieno kinyi to iyudo mol baba wanonone wora hera mari tusta mapimo igeng'owa gi ohinga mari motegno